Welcome back to the channel where scales, fur, feathers, and yes, even folds take the spotlight, and every creature, no matter how strange or squishy, gets the appreciation it deserves. And trust me, today's guest is squishy with a capital S. We're diving deep, literally, into the chilly high-altitude waters of South America to meet a frog like no other. Get ready for the wrinkly wonder, the aquatic oddball, the legendary Titicaca water frog, live and squishing at the Allwetter Zoo Muenster in Germany. Now, first things first, the name. Yep, it's real. Yeah, it's from Lake Titicaca. And yes, you are allowed to giggle just a little. But once you get to know this frog, I promise you'll go from giggles to genuine awe, because this animal is as fascinating as it's funky looking. The Titicaca water frog, known scientifically as Telmatobius culeus, is an aquatic amphibian found exclusively in Lake Titicaca, which sits at a whopping 3,800 meters above sea level between Peru and Bolivia. That makes it one of the highest living frogs in the world, and definitely one of the weirdest. And believe me, that's saying something in the frog world. So let's talk looks, because, well, how do we put this nicely? It looks like a crumpled brown paper bag came to life and learned to swim. This frog is absolutely covered in loose, baggy skin. And no, it's not because it skipped leg day or overdid it at the frog buffet. That excess skin is actually a genius adaptation. You see, living at high altitude means the oxygen level in the water is pretty low. So the Titicaca water frog evolved all those wrinkles to increase its surface area, allowing it to absorb more oxygen directly through its skin. It's basically a living scuba suit, no gear required. The more wrinkles, the better the breathing. It's ugly cute meets scientific brilliance. And now, if you're looking for a frog that leaps across lily pads or croaks loudly at the moon, sorry, wrong species. This frog doesn't hop. It doesn't croak. It just floats all day. Sometimes upside down. In the cold, clear waters of Lake Titicaca, it hangs out motionless on the bottom, letting those flappy folds of skin do all the work. Think of it as the Zen master of the amphibian world. At the Allwetter Zoo Muenster, these legendary frogs have their very own special habitat. It's a high-tech aquarium that mimics the cool, oxygen-poor conditions of their native lake. Temperature? Chilly. Water? Filtered and clean. Lighting? Soft and soothing, hence the quality of the videos, because, let's be honest, these frogs aren't exactly party animals. They're all about peace, quiet, and slow-motion elegance. And here's a fun fact that will stick with you. The locals near Lake Titicaca once called them scrotum frogs. Yeah, because of the skin. And once you've seen one, well, you'll understand. But don't let that nickname fool you. These frogs are nothing short of amazing. They are evolutionary oddities that have survived for millions of years in one of the harshest freshwater environments on Earth. They deserve respect and maybe a little skincare routine sponsorship. But life for the Titicaca water frog hasn't been easy. In fact, they are currently classified as critically endangered. Pollution, habitat destruction, introduced predators, and even overcollection for use in traditional medicine have taken a massive toll on their wild populations. That's why the work done here at the Allwetter Zoo Muenster is so incredibly important. They are part of a global breeding and conservation effort to save the species before it disappears forever. And every frog here is a tiny ambassador for its wild cousins. And speaking of wild behavior, these frogs don't use vocal calls like most frogs. They communicate in subtler ways using movements and body language, kind of like underwater charades. It's quiet, it's weird, it's totally their thing. You won't hear them, but if you watch closely, you'll see a fascinating aquatic ballet of slow, deliberate frog life. And let's get into some biology now. These frogs are fully aquatic, meaning they usually never leave the water. No hopping on land, no hiding under logs, just pure 100% water life. They breathe entirely through their skin, not enough lungs like most other amphibians. And even their reproduction is aquatic. Females lay jelly-like eggs underwater, which then hatch into gill-breathing tadpoles that slowly morph into the iconic wrinkly adults. It's the complete underwater package. And here's something even crazier. When threatened, these frogs can inflate their bodies with water to make themselves appear bigger, like a balloon defense mechanism. Predator shows up, poof, giant wrinkly blob. Intimidating? Maybe not. Effective? Absolutely. But beyond all the weirdness, there's something deeply compelling about the Titicaca water frog. It's a symbol of resilience. It's a creature that thrives where others couldn't. It survives in freezing, oxygen-poor waters with nothing but folds of skin, a slow metabolism, and thousands of years of perfect adaptation. That's hardcore evolution in action. So the next time you visit the Allwetter Zoo Muenster, don't rush past the amphibian house. Take a moment, find the quietest tank, look for the wrinkly blob floating like an underwater Zen master. The amphibian house in the Allwetter Zoo, by the way, is in the aquarium. It's part of the aquarium. And there you'll be looking one of the rarest, most extraordinary frogs on the planet. Not flashy, not loud, but absolutely unforgettable. And that wraps up our deep dive into the world of the one and only Titicaca water frog. And if you learned something new, or if you just now want to see your frog as friggly as your favorite hoodie, smash that like button. And don't forget to subscribe to join the Zootastic family and hit that bell so you never miss a new episode. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay curious, stay compassionate, and always stay wild. And for Cthulhu, don't tell me you are as wrinkly as they are.